What's up everyone? Monday today. Now yesterday marked the 10-year anniversary that I actually signed up to the Royal Marines. So I thought I'd do a new video about the Royal Marines. I know they've been getting a lot more views than my other videos on YouTube. So I thought this was a great chance to kind of tell you about my thought process when I signed up for the Royal Marines, the process of what actually I went through to get into training, and give you a little bit of an insight. So basically, let's cast ourselves back to the beginning of 2007. I was still in year 10 at school. I was doing a lot of ICT classes, a lot of IT classes where I was sat in front of the computer most of the time in school. It frustrated me a little bit. I was overweight, I had long hair, I had eczema all over my face. I was in a bad place in my life. I needed change. Now, it was close to the summer of 2007 and my dad suggested, well, what about the military? Why don't you join the Navy or the Army? And I thought, well, that's probably a good direction to go. I can keep up my work in IT because I loved computers, but I could also get the exercise, I could get the adventure, and I could travel. My dad was in the Navy, so he inspired me quite a lot when it came to the military, and it was something that I kind of thought for a while. I was also in Sea Cadets at the time, so there's a lot of military things around me, a lot of influence in general. Sea Cadets is a great place to start if you're too young to join the Royal Marines or the Army or the Navy. Get into Sea Cadets, get into the Air Cadets, the Army Cadets, learn your basic stuff. It was a great place to start. So up came summer 2007 and I was running a little bit because I wanted to join the military. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. We ended up going on our usual yearly holiday to Scotland. This time I actually took my best friend Jake, who also joined the military, and we were walking through a mall I think it was in Edinburgh, and we came across a stall and there was two Royal Marines who were trying to recruit, basically. Now, up came me, this kind of short, 13, 14-year-old, overweight, long hair, greasy, eczema. You can imagine I was in a bad place. I was basically just asking a few questions. My dad was talking to one of them on the side about his journey in the Navy. And it was kind of like this inspiring thing to look at them and see them both just conversing in this common bond, even though they'd never met. And I kind of wanted that really badly. And I looked at the table in front of these Royal Marines and I picked up a few pamphlets and I said to the guy, you know, I think I want to join the Marines. I knew at the time these were the best of the best and it was pretty much out of my league. And the guy said, well, how old are you? And I said, you know, I'm 15, I'm thinking about going in the military, but I've still got another year of school. He said, well, you've got a year. You've got a whole year to train. You could get in the Royal Marines if you had a whole year. So I picked up these pamphlets, kind of inspired to join the Royal Marines. I thought, well, if I'm going to join the military, why not be the best of the best? So that's where it went. Me and my friend Jake and my dad would walk to the pub in Scotland every night and we'd have these pamphlets at the Royal Marines and we'd be talking about them. I'd get excited, he'd tell me stories about the Navy. And after the holiday, we went home and I turned 15 and 9 months a couple of days when I got home. If you don't know anything about the military, at 15 and 9 months you can actually sign up. So I signed up for the Royal Marines. The guy was giving me a bit of a weird look because I was still kind of not very fit. I still had eczema all over my face. I was in a bad place, and he was like, yeah, sure, you can sign up if you want, kind of knowing that I wasn't going to do it. So he gave me the stuff I needed and I booked my first fitness test and my first interview. These were around September, I think the fitness test was, in November the interview. So I had plenty of time to get fit, plenty of time to research. Now he told me I needed to research current affairs, what was going on at the moment, and core history, and what was the other one, and training itself, and just kind of what I'd be going through in training. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go ahead and do that from August through to November, and I should have a good knowledge of it. So rightly so, I started getting fit. I told my school, I buzzed all my hair off. I went back to school. I told everyone, you know, I'm thinking of joining the Royal Marines, and a lot of people kind of looked the other way and kind of like, yeah, whatever. I actually had one teacher in my IT class who told me straight to my face that I'm not going to get in. She told me straight up, you're not going to get in. And if anything, all of this stuff made me want to do it even more. September came around, it was the fitness test. It was 1.5 miles on the treadmill in under 10 minutes. I smashed it. I did it in like 8 minutes, 15 seconds or something awesome like that. I went back to the careers office, slapped the piece of paper on the guy's desk and was like, here's the test, give me the next thing. I was very determined at the time. My eczema was pretty much gone. I said, okay, you've got a medical and you've got an interview coming up. Interview in November, medical will be shortly just before then. I can't remember what the date was for that. The medical was really easy. At the time, I knew that 3 years ago I got diagnosed with asthma, so I didn't tell him anything about that. I had this eczema still all over my face. I was a little bit worried about that. But most of all, I was underweight. I was 15 years old, skinny, little scrawny kid. He weighed me, I was like 2 or 3 pounds underweight, and he was just like, listen, you've got a year, eat lots of food, don't be on a specific diet, just eat as much as you can, because I was so young and I was still growing, and run and lift weights. The medical went really easy. He didn't catch on to the fact that I was kind of coming off having asthma. The interview came around, I sat in this room, dark room, kind of on my own for a little bit. I think 10 minutes went by, I was super nervous. And a guy came in from the Navy. He sat down and he asked me a bunch of questions. I pretty much smashed the interview. I did really, really well. But he turned around to me and said, listen, you've done really, really well, but you've still got nearly a year before you can actually join. So he said, I'm going to sign you up for another interview around March time next year to see if you're still interested. So I was a little bit disheartened at this, but in a sense I knew that I still had a long time to wait. If anyone who's watching this knows me, when I want something and I'm determined for something, I need it there and then. So I was kind of frustrated that I had to wait, but it drove me even more. March came around in 2008 and I was running even more, I was fitter, my core history was on point. I learned about all the people who were awarded the Victoria Cross in the Marines. I learned about the current affairs, the ships that we were on, everything I could possibly learn. I went to the interview in March and I smashed it. Now, with that being said, I knew the next thing to come was the PRMC, which is a weekend in Lympston Training Centre where you actually train to be a Royal Marine, where they test you on your fitness and your determination. I finished school in 2008. I think my prom thing was on like Tuesday, and then the following weekend I had my PRMC. So I was very kind of in the zone. I didn't drink on the prom or anything like that. I was very much tunnel vision towards this PRMC. I went down there and I smashed it. That's for another video, what happened on the PRMC. If you want to know more about that, let me know in the comments down below. And I came home, I got issued my boots, and I got issued my date of joining training, and that was it. I was good to go. A whole year went by where I didn't lose the inspiration to join the Royal Marines. If you get to that point in your life where a whole year goes by and you're training as hard as I was, and you're looking into everything, reading books, watching documentaries, and you're still as determined as I was, then you can do it. You really can. If you put your mind to it, you can do anything. So that was pretty much it. If you do like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've got any questions, leave them down in the comments down below. If there is enough questions, I might actually do a Q&A on the Royal Marine training if you'd like that. Please let me know down in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video.